This project is supported in part by the Cultural Arts Division of the City of Austin Economic Development Department.
Everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of Miss Sevylla's Neighborhood. Today, let's make something. Today we're going to be making an instrument called a cuica. Now, a cuica is a friction drum from Brazil. What that means is a friction drum is an instrument that rather than hit it to make a sound, we're going to be vibrating a length of string that's going to make our canister make the noise for us. But before we get into all that, let's sing again. I want to go back to the very beginning and let's do What's Up, My Friends one more time. We're going to do it in English and it's going to be call and response just like it's been every time. Are you guys ready? All right, let's put our hands together and I'll go first. Ready? What's up, my friends? What's up, my friends? What's up, my friends? Now you, what's up, my friends? Good. Today is beautiful. Today is beautiful. What's up, my friends? What's up, my friends? Good. Let's have fun today. Let's have fun today. What's up, my friends? What's up, my friends? And drum roll. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So before we go any further, you're going to need to collect a few things today. I don't want you making this instrument by yourself today if you are under, let's say, 12 years old, okay? I want you to go ask an adult, whether it's an older sibling or a grandmother or a tia or a tío or your parents. But here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a hammer. It doesn't have to be a big honking hammer like mine, just a little one. You're going to need a small nail. I have a really small nail here. You're going to need some kind of a can. Now, I'm using a coffee can because this does not have a sharp edge. My coffee can has a peel off, so this is safe. If you're using a can that had like vegetables in it from your recycling bin or your kitchen, if you don't have a safety can opener. If you're using a conventional can opener, you're going to have a sharp spot on the inside. So I want you to get some duct tape because we're going to protect our hands and protect the edge of the can with some duct tape. And then you're going to need a length of cotton twine that most people have either some utility twine or cotton yarn. This is actually just crochet yarn that I cut into a piece. And finally, and this might be the tricky part, you're gonna need some beeswax. Now, I have some old chunks of beeswax because I use beeswax for craft projects and for beading and for making stuff, salves and things. But this was the last of what I had, but what I did have was a beeswax candle. Now, you don't want to use up a whole nice, expensive beeswax candle to make your cuica. You just need a little piece. So if your mom or dad has a beeswax candle, not a regular wax candle, beeswax candle, you can just cut off a little piece to use because we're just going to coat our string with it. All right, so like I said, the cuica is a friction drum. It's believed that the friction drum, or this type of instrument called the cuica, originated with the Bantu-speaking peoples in the area that's today known as the Congo on the continent of Africa. They brought the cuica with them to Brazil during the slave trade, and it is now one of the most popular and common instruments that you will hear in samba music. So if you ever listen to Brazilian samba music, if you hear some sounds it sounds kind of like people crying or laughing or making weird noises. It can even sound like a chicken or animals. What you're probably hearing is a cuica. Now, in a traditional cuica, it's a membranophone. It actually has a skin on the surface of the resonating chamber. And then there is a stick that is tied into the middle of the skin. The stick is inside the resonating chamber, and then they use a little piece of wet cloth to rub the stick to vibrate it. We're actually going to do a modified version of that. In place of the stick, we're going to be using the string, and rather than have it on the inside, we're going to make it on the outside. And the whole reason we're doing the beeswax is so that we don't have to use a wet cloth to rub our stick. We can literally just run our fingers down the string. So here's what we're going to do. Even though my can is safe, I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of duct tape on there. This one's already weirdly torn. I'm going to put a piece of duct tape around the rim of my can. Ready? Oh, I forgot to say, while you gather your materials together, you could go ahead and pause the screen and we'll be right here when you get right back. All right, so you've got all your materials together. We're gonna, if you're using a regular can from your kitchen, like I said, you're gonna wrap the edge just like that with a piece of your duct tape. Everybody see that? And then you're just gonna fold the edges under like this. And this will protect your hands a little bit from any edges that might not be safe. Of course, if you have a safety can opener, that gently pries the end off without leaving any sharp edges. I really like those. Okay, so once you have your can and you have your edge protected, the next thing you're gonna do is take your nail and you're gonna take your hammer and you're gonna be very careful because the nail wants to bounce around on the top of this, and I bet a lot, and you don't need to be all the way back like bam, 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 like you're building a house, okay? I'm gonna choke up on it. This is not really how you hold the hammer, but I'm gonna choke up on it because this is such a big hammer and it's such a tiny nail. And you're just gonna gently poke a hole through right in the center of your can. Oh, I heard it. Did you hear that? Now we're gonna take our nail back out. Now you see I have that little hole there? All right. Now, here comes the fun part. My string is really long, but that's okay. You are gonna take your beeswax, like I said, I have this weird looking little chunk of beeswax, and you're gonna run your thread through it. You're gonna put your finger over the thread like this, and just kind of pull in an over and down motion. Don't do it real fast or you'll get like a rug burn on your finger. So we're gonna go like this and pull it through, and I'm gonna do that 3 or 4 times because I wanna make sure that my whole string is covered in sticky, sticky beeswax. So I'm gonna keep going. That's the second time, right? Go one more time. See, my little beeswax is so little, it's falling apart as I'm pulling. So we're gonna go like this. That's my third time, and I'm actually just gonna go ahead and grab my candle and do it again. You can do it as many times as you want. The more beeswax you can get on there, oh yeah, that's really working now. See, my string is starting to get kind of stiff, and it gets sticky when you do this. Your parents probably won't be happy with you pulling strings through their candles. All right, so now I've got my thread all waxed. Now the next tricky bit is you're gonna put your string, and it should be actually pretty easy because now that you've put all that beeswax on there, it's all stuck together, right? The string is kind of stiff, and you're gonna feed it right. Ooh, Miss Sevilla needs her reading glasses now. You're gonna stick that string right into the hole. Maybe. There we go. Oh, I can hear it in there. You're gonna stick it in there. Now I've got my string through the hole. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that nail that I already used to poke a hole, and I'm gonna tie my string in a knot around my nail. That's gonna keep my string from popping back out of my can. So go ahead and tie it once, twice, and the knot should stay nice and tight because of the beeswax that you used. Now, you're gonna pull that back out like this. And now, are you ready? Are you ready to hear the Cuica? Check it out. That's so crazy, right? Listen. It's like me at the end of a hard day. Oh. Now you can just use your finger. I'm gripping it in my whole hand. Now I know I'm getting a good vibration. Now, just like with all of our other instruments, what do you think would happen if you had a bigger can? Would that affect the pitch? Yes, it would. If you have a bigger can, then you would have more air in that can, more molecules with a wider vibration. So would your cuica be lower or higher? Correct, it would be lower if you had a bigger can. What if you had a smaller can? Would it be higher or lower? That's right, it would be higher based on what we learned in our earlier episodes. All right, so real quick, let's bring up something from our last lesson. Let's do 4 downbeats with our cuica. I'm going to count you in. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What if we added those upbeats? What if we went 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and stop. All right, you guys, I've had such a good time. Enjoy your new cuica. Don't drive anybody crazy with it. And we'll see you here again for episode 6. Let's play. We're going to jam. So you guys come with your drums and ready to rock. You ready? All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.